everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I will be talking about my top winter fragrances. If you want to hear what they are, then keep watching. Before we get started, if you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back, and thank you so much for your continued support. If you haven't yet subscribed, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and activate that notification bell. Without further ado, let's dive right in. Now, these are in no particular order. I'm going to kick off this list with Monger Intense by Guerlain. This is the original on steroids with the added incense note. This has lavender, heavy dose of vanilla. This is heavy on vanilla. It has patchouli, licorice, sandalwood, and that incense accord gives it a little bit of an edge. This gives me so much comfort in the winter time. It smells warm, inviting. It's so soothing. The lavender really helps me relax. I love wearing this one during coldest of days. Monger Intense by Guerlain. The next one is La Belle Parfum by Jean-Paul Gaultier. This has pear, vanilla, there's cherry, there's leather. It has a ton of other notes. It's a very dense, full-bodied experience. And I love to wear this out on cold days because it cuts right through the cold. This one does become a bit cloying when the weather gets warmer, so I do reserve this one for winter time. And now it's the perfect time to bring this out and wear it. Again, this is La Belle Parfum by Jean-Paul Gaultier. This next fragrance is a vintage. This is Lulu by Cacharel, and it's a polarizing one. It does have that vintagey vibe to it, 80s vibe. I believe this fragrance was created in 1987, and this is very potent. It has cinnamon, it has plum, there's vanilla. This also has incense. This is very warm and rich, and I can only wear this on the coldest of days. I don't need more than 2 sprays. This really comes through the layers of clothing. Again, this is Lulu by Cacharel. This next one is Angel Muse. This is the EDP. This one is getting harder and harder to find, and I'm really panicking because I love the scent. This has a heavy dose of patchouli, and this also has that chocolatey hazelnut spread. It smells like Nutella, and it's grounded by that patchouli. It's very warm, cozy. It's comforting. I love wearing this on cold days, cuts through the cold, and it really projects. This one has really good performance. It stays on my skin all day long, and it leaves such a beautiful scent trail. I love wearing this one in the fall and especially in the winter. Again, this is Angel Muse by Mugler. This next one is Girl of Now by Elie Saab. This fragrance has notes of pistachio, there's pear, there's almond, there's orange blossom, almond milk. This fragrance is very nutty. As you can see, it has all of these nutty notes. I love my nutty fragrances, and this is very syrupy sweet. This is one that I like to wear in the cold. I like my Girl of Now flankers more for spring and summer, but this particular one is beautiful in the cold weather. It's a very nutty, sweet, syrupy experience. It's addictive and inviting, very warm and cozy. Love this one, Girl of Now by Elie Saab. This next one is Pure Arabian Velvet by Chikudra Paris. This one is an underrated gem. It's very affordable. This has notes of black pepper, there's heliotrope, there's honey, clove, orange blossom, vanilla, tonka bean, and tobacco. This is that quintessential honey tobacco type of fragrance. The honey in here is sweet, it's syrupy, it's thick, and this smells warm, sexy, and cozy. I love to pull this one out in the winter time because it is very dense. It's a very opulent, very full bodied. This is one I wear on the coldest of days, on those freezing winter days. And this really satisfies my need for something really warm and cozy. Pure Arabian Velvet by Chikudra Paris. Here I have Rouge Soleil by Atelier des Ors, and this brings me so much comfort. This one has notes of plum, there's honey, there's dates, there's cinnamon. It's very balsamic from the Peru balsam that's in here. And this smells like sweet, syrupy dates on a woody base. This is extremely sweet and syrupy. And this is one that I love to wear in the cold. I love putting this on when I'm staying in or going out. This is just a beautiful, rich, sweet, syrupy scent. Again, Rouge Soleil by Atelier des Ors. The next fragrance I'm going to talk about is for my coffee lovers out there, and this is Coffee Break by Replica. This has notes of coffee, there's lavender, there's milk, tonka bean, vanilla, cedar, and vetiver. It's so aromatic from that lavender, another very cozy, soothing type of scent. And the coffee always warms me up inside. I love the smell of coffee any time of year, but especially when it's cold out. And this one is supposed to evoke a memory of being on a coffee break when it's blistering cold outside. You're sitting inside a coffee shop. Maybe you have your hands wrapped around your hot mug, and it's a lavender infused coffee. It's extremely warm, comforting. This is a quintessential winter fragrance. This one screams cold weather to me, like wear me when it's cold out. I love this when I'm staying indoors, having my hot cup of coffee, reading a book, watching a good movie or TV show. Love this. Coffee Break by Replica. The next fragrance I have here is Luby Crown, and this is by Christian Louboutin. This bottle is just gold. It's gorgeous. It's also heavy. This is a tonka bean fragrance. They only list 3 notes: a cedar, tonka bean, and patchouli. There might be more in this. Maybe they have some spices. It's a very deep, warm fragrance. You have to like tonka bean. This is a sweet, woody tonka with patchouli. It's creamy. It's a very deep and sexy fragrance. This is one I love to wear on date nights, whether I'm staying in or going out. This is a very decadent, rich, aromatic type of scent. Luby Crown by Christian Louboutin. The next fragrance is Utsat Mood by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. And this is a beautiful rose oud combo. It has saffron, it has violet, it has a lot of vanilla. This fragrance is extremely, extremely potent. I don't need to go in heavy with this. It's a very loud, projecting fragrance. I don't get the oud in here. And the dry down. The dry down is where the magic happens. This turns into the most beautiful vanilla violet scent. Those are the 2 main notes. I still get hints of the rose. I really get that heavy, delicious, sweet vanilla. It projects like crazy, leaves a beautiful sillage. This one cuts right through the cold, through your layers. People around you can smell this one. And I must warn you that this is a compliment magnet. Utsat Mood by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. This next fragrance I haven't even hauled yet. It's very new to my collection, and this is Minuit et Demi by Fragrance de Bois. This has cardamom, this has pimento, there's coffee, there's caramel, vanilla, cinnamon, tobacco, there's vetiver, cashmere, and this has boozy touches. I am so obsessed with this fragrance. This one does sit very close to the skin, and it does give me a good 7 to 8 hours. The opening is rather spicy. I do get hit with that pimento and cardamom. And then it starts to get warmer, sweeter. The coffee caramel come through. It's warm, it's vanillic, it's boozy. It's a very cozy and sensual gourmand. I have been wearing this one a lot. Again, this is Minuit et Demi by Fragrance de Bois. This next fragrance is Cambridge Club, and this is from the House of Xerjoff. This has notes of rose, there's bourbon vanilla, there's caramel. And although not listed on Fragrantica because the notes are vaulted, I don't think the notes are disclosed on this one. I believe there's a coffee note in this. This gives me a very similar vibe to Intense Cafe, except that this one is more refined. I feel like this is smoother. I like this blend so much better. It's gorgeous. It's a sweet, syrupy rose with a bit of coffee. It just smells really opulent. It has great performance. It's very sweet, very syrupy, and it will cut through the layers. It will cut through the cold. This one has such a beautiful sillage. I absolutely love this. Again, this is Cambridge from the House of Xerjoff. Next, I have Sensual Instinct by Montal. Speaking of Montal, so to give you an idea of what this fragrance smells like, this is basically a hybrid of Intense Cafe and Baccarat Rouge 540. If the two had a baby, this would be it. I know the scent is polarizing. Not everyone loves it. I love it, especially for the winter months. When it's super cold outside, I recently wore this all weekend long. It kept going and it kept giving. And it smells amazing with a tremendous sillage. This is the superhero of fragrances when it comes to performance. And this is Sensual Instinct by Montal. This next fragrance is Sweetie Oud, and this is by Roja Parfums. I love this fragrance. It has a patisserie accord. It also has oud. And the two create this magical scent that's not very sweet. Like when you think of patisserie, don't think of those really sweet muffins or anything extremely sweet. This smells more like a slightly sweetened pastry. The oud grounds this whole composition, and it's a sweet oud. It's a very gentle oud that I just love. Ambrosio's perfumes tend to be a masterpiece. He blends them to perfection, and this is no exception. It's blended beautifully. It's warm and opulent. It smells like a flaky, buttery croissant in a bed of oudy and woody amber. This makes me feel luxurious and comforting all at once. I love this fragrance for the cold weather, Sweetie Oud by Perfumes. This next fragrance is Ambrosia by Luby Crown. I love this bottle. This has notes of dates, plum. This also has toffee. There's some fruity notes. It has sandalwood, honey, vanilla, cedar. And this is a sticky, sweet, syrupy fragrance. This is like toothachingly sweet. You have to like your sweet gourmands to enjoy this. It's a very dense, thick, syrupy fragrance. And I can only wear this one on the coldest of days. I don't overspray this. It's absolutely delicious. And this has been so good to me in those cold winter days. Again, this is Ambrosia by Luby Crown. That completes my video for today. Please let me know down in the comments below, what are some of your top winter fragrances? What do you think of my list? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you back here soon. Take care.